Femme House fam, what's happening? It is her Mix-a-Lot. It is Femme House Radio yet again. I'm here with the Bloom twins. What's y'all's origin story? I know you're originally from the Ukraine and now you're London based. How did you become the Bloom twins? The
Y-
world traveling superstars in the making.
Oh, thanks. We originally from Ukraine, but we moved to London 2012, so it's like 14 years ago.
Oh
Oh,
my
wow.
It's
goodness.
it's a long time ago. Yeah, to start a music career, our manager said they also Ukrainian, and initially we were supposed to go for summer break before applying to universities just to try it out and see, and then we just end up being here. It went well. So
I
yeah.
guess it went well, huh? Yeah, Destiny had other plans.
For sure, for sure.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, we're originally classically trained, and to be honest, Sonia wanted to go into completely different direction from
Yes, I
me.
did.
I was supposed to be a mathematician, but I was
What?
classically yeah. I'm very logical, analytical, and in music, it's sort of like understandably, I'm now DJ as well and produce because it's practically maths as well, so it just makes
Yeah.
sense. And then Sonia was supposed to be opera singer, and then our managers just randomly spotted us on Facebook because we started doing a little bit of modeling, never took it seriously, thought, oh, we just do a couple of pictures, it's cool. And then just saw that post, they commented, oh, those girls are really cool. And they were like, you have to see them, they're classically trained. And that's how we moved to London.
So you're classically trained, you're a mathematician, you're an opera singer.
Yes, I
Um,
am.
So, Sonia, will you drop a little opera right now? Can you give us a little?
That
What
was
did you
2 seconds.
say?
It was in 2 seconds of opera. I love that.
Definitely. I used to love it,
So,
So to me, it was very interesting to find something that I liked. So for a very long time, I thought classical music was going to be that for me. But then a lot of things changed when I moved to London. I had to become something that I thought that I wasn't. But it was very interesting to see how I developed as a person as well. So it
Mhm.
was very interesting. So thank you so much for asking. It's cool to have something to do with something new and very
We
wildly
had a
amazing.
wild journey. Let me tell you that.
you know what? Life isn't fun unless it's wild. That's what I say.
I agree
Mm,
with that. That's great.
definitely.
So, how does your classical training sort of inform your work as DJs and producers? Do you feel like you're fusing the two? I know that like you as a mathematician, like you said, like a lot of
Yeah.
DJing is, sort of math. It is very analytical. It's just this goes
Mhm.
here with this.
Yeah.
How do y'all sort of approach your music sonically, considering your background?
Singing, for example, because we were also as a duet, like a classical duet back in, and our mom is a vocal teacher, so we do
Oh,
apply a lot of harmonies as well. So for me,
okay.
I record like hundreds and hundreds of takes. For me, everything sonically needs to make sense, and also I think one thing that classical music taught me is the taste. Even in
Mm,
school, classical school, there is a pop classical music, right?
hmm.
Chopin and what everyone else is playing. And I was always like this alternative kid. And I was like, nah, I'm going to play aggressive music. So basically, I feel like classical music taught me the taste and also already was alternative then. And now I'm here alternative as well. So nothing really changed, just a little bit the style of the music.
Awesome. I know that. So I personally, I just love twins. I think they're like
Oh,
magical
thank you.
beings here on Earth with us. And I know
Aw.
like you moved here when you were 16 and your identity was very intertwined at that time. When you're 16 too, I feel like it's easy to just like sort of fold into someone that you're closest with because you're still figuring out who it is that you are. And I've noticed that as time has progressed, y'all have sort of diverged paths. And, I even when we logged on the call, was like, are you sure you're identical? Doesn't look that way.
Not
What's
at
the
all.
journey been like towards your respective individuality?
I feel like even in music right now, we sort of slightly changed the direction and the branding as well. And in a way, before that, we used to kind of find the ways how we merge, where we relate to each other, because actually we're like total yin yang. Since we were kids, I was a tomboy. She was more feminine. Like when we got a little bit older as a teenagers, I was punky. I was kind of gothic. Well, nothing really changed. I'm still gothic. And then she was like more in this beautiful, fashionable choices of clothes. And in music, I do alternative, darker stuff, and I produce. And then she does all these beautiful melodic pop melodies. And the thing is, before that, we used to be like, okay, where is that gray area between me and my sister where we'll sort of align? Now we're like, no, let's go full, like, not opposition, that's the wrong word, but let's totally embrace our differences, and go with something you just won't be able to expect. And I feel like we're just embracing that. That's pretty much is the root. Yeah.
I believe that the main difference between the two of us would be that Anna is more into like classically trained music, but not necessarily into like alternative stuff. So for me, like it sounds like I am more into like sophisticated like rock.
Yeah.
Anna would be more into something that's structure. So
Techno, like structure. I like structure.
Definitely.
That's true.
So that's the main difference.
A
really.
mathematician, huh?
There we go. Yeah, for sure.
How do you feel like that's impacted your creative process as you still continue to create and work together?
I feel like it freed us, instead of
Mm.
thinking like, oh, here's the thing, that this is where we connect and we merge. It's given us the ability to do exactly what we want, because to be honest, I feel like music is just one of the most creative things you can do. So we don't really have to have that many rules. Oh, this doesn't work with this. Nah, everything works if you find a good story, if you find a good way to like show it and replicate it and create. So I feel like it just gave more freedom for us to be who we are.
Definitely.
W-
I agree with
with-
everything you said.
With that freedom, you guys have been sort of doing this for a long time now. Like you moved to London when you were 16, 14 years ago.
Yeah.
14 years ago, to me, women acts were sort of almost considered like a novelty. And then you
Yeah.
layer this other aspect of y'all being twins, which I imagine added more novelty. How have you seen acceptance for female DJs and producers sort of come along since you first started?
You just were saying that, and I started to get these flashbacks. Like sometimes when me and my sister would just go to like a studio, and the guys would be like, "Oh, so who is the sound engineer? Or who else is like joining you?" I'm like, nobody. So there was definitely novelty, especially back then. It's a bit more like it's better now, but I feel like I'm a very blunt person. I think I'm just lucky that I was born in and I'm Ukrainian. So for me, now when I go into the studio, I feel like a lot of female artists were telling me that they feel intimidated when there's a lot of guys in the studio, especially older guys. I never felt specifically me intimidated, because usually I was supposed to go to university and I was doing these pre-courses where I went to like one of the best universities in Ukraine for maths and for like computer science. I went there and I was one of the 2 girls out of all, and they were all dudes. And basically for me, I knew what I need to do. I need to go in front of all of them and show them that I can do it better, basically. And I did do it better. So for me, I've been very blunt. And usually from the beginning, like a lot of the times guys sort of afraid of me by the end of it because I'm just very direct, So I feel like there's novelty and there's still novelty, but I feel like we're changing that, Like there's tons of amazing female DJs, for example, in techno, like Emily Lance or Charlotte DeVetta, that closing the main stages. It's going that direction. So I feel like it's going well for us. Well, still it's a journey. It should get better, but I feel like it's going.
Definitely.
I'm wondering how many female sort of other DJs, especially with your lane sort of being more like techno, who were the DJs that were inspiring you, when you were 16 years old? And how many more have come along since you started? I'm just thinking about, like you mentioned, Emily Lenz and Charlotte DeWitt, and I'm thinking of Sarah Landry and Blood Oath, and there's just so many examples of techno female DJs who just fucking crush. Obviously, we had Nicole Mudaber and Nora and Pure and stuff like that, but there's so much more representation now. I'm wondering, 14 years ago, when you first started, who were you looking up to?
first of all, 14 years ago, I was still experimenting with the sound, and back in the days, my favorite wasn't even females, to be honest, because
Sure.
it was less of it as well.
Yeah.
Radiohead was my favorite band, and
Radiohead
then
is still my favorite band.
it's too, yeah, I totally agree with that. And I feel like only later on when I started experimenting with different genres, and even then, I feel like my favorite electronic artists still were not females. I feel like it's only came more recently, well, not recently, let's say the last 5 to 10 years, right? Which again was showing that back in the days, it was still not that easy, I guess, for females. Oh, wait, there were some, I mean, Bjork, but it's not really a DJ, she's an artist, so I
Yeah.
loved her as well. But I feel like it's more and more now, which is good. Yeah.
Who's in your rotation right now? Who's on your playlist? Who can you just not stop listening to?
It's a good question.
Blondish.
Who?
Blondish.
Blondish.
Blanche is
Blondish.
It's
amazing.
definitely
Shout
a
out to
good
Blondish.
choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Sarah Laundry as well. And there is this great English artist who is a singer, and she did a track with Sarah Laundry as well. Lex Dina, she's great as well. They're amazing artists. Yeah.
What do you want people to know about your sonic identity and what to expect when they hear this mix as you drop more projects, etc.?
We want to expect people unexpected because we were just saying we like to mix totally different things together and blend in and show a different sound. So a lot of experiments, which is a good thing because I feel like music needs to be exciting. If it's too polished, if it's too perfect, it's not interesting because I feel like nowadays, especially with AI, people want more real stuff, right? So if it's too polished and perfect, it just sounds too AI. And I feel like nowadays we need to show mistakes, something that you wouldn't want
Something
AI to
raw.
replicate, So something raw and real. That's what I want people to say.
Definitely.
Something
Yeah.
raw, something real, something soulful, right?
Definitely agree
Yeah.
with that. Something real is always a good idea.
Mm.
I'm wondering, you're still young, obviously, but
Mhm.
again, you've been for
We're
almost
not that
half your
young,
life.
actually.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, let's see.
We're
6
30.
So
girl.
I was still
I'm not.
young. 30 is young.
Is it?
It
I'm
is
not gonna.
young.
I'm not even gonna tell you how old I am, but you're young. You're still babies. But for almost half your life now, you've been at this career. You've been working toward these goals. There's a certain longevity. It's very rare for careers to last this long. How have you cared for yourself and evolved and given yourself, it seems like you're at a sort of creative renaissance. You just told me you're feeling more free creatively than you ever have. You're sort of stepping into your individuality. How do you care for yourself? How did you get yourself from 16-year-olds who were sort of, maybe feeling intimidated in studios and like viewed as a novelty to stepping fully into your power?
I feel like for me, because like I was quite sort of asking myself the same questions, been doing it for a while. A lot of people kind of ended way sooner than where we are right now. For me, what I found to enjoy, and it's like one of the big lessons in life that I think is important, I enjoy the journey so much that I don't want to do anything else. You give me anything else, I don't want to do it. And because I just enjoy the journey, for me, it's less about the money that I earn, this that I earn. For me, when people ask me, what do you want to do? I want to earn as much money as I need to be able to do what I do. That's what I want to do. So that's something that's my driving force. Be excited about music, be excited about making music. And I always find something that inspires me, right? New artists. Nowadays, there's more artists than we can ever count, right? So there's always something new and exciting happening. So just stay excited and inspired and continue to do it.
Yeah, journey was definitely a long one,
Yeah.
but there were so many great things that happened to us that made us really understand that that is the thing that we want to do
Yeah.
and want to continue growing. And blooming is always a good idea. So that's why it's something that we do and continue doing. Something that makes sense is to continue creating and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's why we do what we do, because we're not that good at it. I mean, we're so good at it. I don't
We're
know
not
what
that
came
good
out,
at it.
but we're great at it, is what I meant to say.
Oh, okay. You just fixed it. No, but to be honest, I don't think we had anything else we were supposed to do because we started to sing before we could talk. That's what our mother said. So music was imprinted into us. We didn't really have a choice.
You didn't have a choice. Most
Absolutely.
creatives don't. Most creatives
Yeah.
have no choice. You got to do it. You got to figure out how to
Yeah.
do it. And I think that this idea that you must do it and that it's all about making enough money so that you can continue to doing it, that's so real, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's so true.
What advice do you have to folks that maybe feel a little nervous about taking their own first steps toward their own journeys?
First of all, find your niche, like your sound. Do not go into like, ooh, I think this is popular, this is what I need to do. Because honestly, it's such a fun journey, but also hard journey. If you're just blindly gonna follow what other people do, you're gonna be done in a year, right? But find something that drives you. Then I do think content is important. So find a way how to connect with your audience, whether that's TikTok, Instagram, anything else you want to do it. And basically do it every single day. I know this is a commitment. If you say it to someone who's like doubting and wondering, you have to do it every day. And you have to find joy in doing it every day. That's what I think you should do.
Sonny, what do you think?
I believe that the true advice would be stay true to yourself as much as possible. And if that's something that you can do in the industry that evolves and changes you a lot, is the best advice that anyone can give to anybody is to stay true to yourself as much as you can.
Always. Yeah.
Always. Well, those are wise words on blooming with the one, the only, the Bloom twins. Thank you for being here on Femme House Radio. It's been a joy to talk to you, and it's an even bigger joy to watch you on your journey, and we can't wait to see what's next.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure. I really loved it.
Such a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much.
Likewise, I'm her Mix-a-Lot. This is Femme House Radio. This is the Bloom twins. See you next time.
You.
Peace.